All right. So, pretty good reach forward. Your extension could be a little better when you see some space in between your shoulder and your head at the peak of the extension. That means you got room for improvement. Could be a matter of flexibility, shoulder mobility, but keep working on that. Your left hand extends forward, and then as you turn to breathe, it crosses in and starts to pull. We discussed that being a bit of a weaker start point for the pull. Your right goes in front of the shoulder or a little in front of the head, and you want that starting point for each hand to be in front of the corresponding shoulder or just slightly wide or outside that line. The reason being, when you start to pull from in front of the shoulder or slightly wider, you're going to use your back muscle more initially from the start. Body position is pretty good. Your legs might be slightly low. We talked a good bit about the kick and improving the kick, getting the kick stronger. We also talked about the timing, doing a modified catch-up style of swimming where you would not start your left hand pull until your face is turning back into the water, and that can give you a much more effective left arm pull, which adds up because it's 50% of your strokes. Alright, so you have a pretty good extension and pretty good rotation to the right side. Left side, your right arm extending, left side rotation, not as good, so a little something to work on really through the extension and a little bit of what you're kind of doing with your shoulder, pushing that shoulder forward and under. Some crossover on the left arm, so your hand winds up in front of your head as you begin the stroke, and a tiny bit on the right where it's going in front of your head. And on the underwater view, getting a better look at your actual pulling technique. So that right arm is more of a straight arm style of pull. Left arm also mostly a straight arm style of pull. And if you recall the discussion about elbow slip or straight arm or vertical forearm or early vertical forearm, and the goal is to get to the early vertical forearm aspect, or as much of it as you can. You're almost getting a little bit of it with the right arm. So with the vertical forearm, the key is extend as far as you can forward and then internally shrug or roll the shoulder, which pivots your elbow out. The high elbow concept or name is the elbow is higher than the hand early in the stroke. So early vertical forearm is a nicer way to say it. Your breathing is very smooth. Your timing, your rotation is, could be a little better by virtue of making the extension longer. So your major work areas are the vertical forearm, that starting hand position, and maybe doing some of the timing work on when your left hand starts pulling. And here you can see how your start point, really with both, is kind of in the midline, and you want that off the center. Alright, so here working on the hand starting position, or trying to get it directly in front of the shoulder as you begin the stroke. It's pretty good. The left one was the one that was giving you more trouble. That's better. Much better. Goes in a little bit here and there. So still, this one just thinking about the hand starting position. I'm going to get a view of it much better. So doing one arm drill. The reason we do one arm drill is it lets you really focus on what's going on with that. Still kind of straight armish, so I'm going to get the underwater view on this as well. So this could be your project for the summer. It was slightly better. Yeah, if you go back using the other arm. So if you have trouble breathing on. Alright, so this is good for working on breath practice as well, but you're thinking about the catch. Good at the start there. There you go. So I can see a little bit of an angle change from up here. I'm going to get the underwater to look at that. But you're getting a little more of an angle change on the left than the right as far as. Alright, that's better than the previous round. There you go. Yeah, so you're really just trying to roll the shoulder, right? The internal shrug, roll of the shoulder after the extension. That's one of the hardest technical points of advanced freestyle swimming. So fist with paddle gives you some feeling on the forearm. Can be helpful to learn more of the vertical forearm style of swimming. Good. That is helping with your right for sure. We'll slow this down and look at it. Good. Alright, so this one, just doing a little bit of a catch-up style of swimming. The reason I'm having you do this is for the left arm delay. What's going on with your left arm is, when you start pulling, your face is still turned to the right to breathe, and the left winds up pulling under and across your body, which is a less efficient stroke. Here, if you can delay it somewhat, yeah, it just wants to swing into the middle there. But it's going to be better when you start the stroke. So over time, if you do this and you improve your vertical forearm, you're going to wind up with a much stronger long term. All right, so now we're doing just the delay on the left arm is the focus. Again, the delay in order to not cross in and under and over and all that stuff. And this is a perfectly okay way to swim. That's good. So still wants to shift inward. So this will be, work in progress. It is shifting inward and then coming back out as you turn back down, which is better than pulling from the center. Again, the reason you don't want to pull from the center is because it uses more bicep and pec, and we really want to engage our lats and back. Very good. So this is very helpful with getting that high elbow and feeling the shoulder rotation, because I can see you definitely doing it here. So this will be one to add to your list also. Very good. So you can see some rounding. Oh, very good. All right, so a little bit of kick work. There you go. Try just the slightest bit more flexibility through the knee. It's pretty good. So you should be doing at least 100 without fins of kick, just like this here. Even if it takes a while to get it done, and the stronger you get, the more effective it'll be. So some still frames of the underwater. Your right arm, you're almost getting some of the high elbow catch right here and here. So that's a pretty good. And then the arm moves back as a unit. So the right arm is closer to a good vertical forearm. There's a bit of kind of pushing under your body. You can see the hand turned away. You want that hand to stay flat to the back wall throughout the stroke. So your right arm is going to be easier for you to get more effective. Left arm, and this is why thinking about changing the timing of your stroke could be a good thing. Look at your hand position here and forearm. So the first third of the stroke, your hand is flat to the bottom of the pool, and it's not till third or more of the way into the stroke where you're getting some forward or pushing backward motion. And then the forearm kind of pushes under your torso right here. So having a more effective left side stroke could be a really good benefit by delaying the initiation of the stroke till your face turns back to the water.